Man speed runs depression after wife claps brother. Pause. If you're new to the channel, you know what to do. Subscribe.
Soldier goes missing, but does whatever
First
it
of
takes
all,
to
is
get
that
home,
Tobey Maguire? Let's get to it.
only to discover that his wife has been clapping his brother. Maybe. So this one starts off with a young officer writing a letter to his wife. By the way, this young soldier is played by your favorite Spider-Man.
Yes, sir.
Well, depending on your generation.
Y'all heard the
Tobey
new song?
Maguire.
Tobey Maguire got bit by a spider, but see me, it was the go. Shout out Eminem, Big Sean, Baby Tron. Yes.
I can't help but think Tobey Maguire is a soldier. Well, I am eager to see this. Still deciding how I feel about Chris Evans in Netflix's The Gray Man. Just hoping
True.
this one tops that is all I'm saying. I know, this movie is older. Still. Anyway, he's writing this letter to his wife because in 4 days he'll be deployed. And you know he might not return. So he's writing his letter to be delivered to his wife, just in case he never makes it back.
Think about all the real situations in real life where things like this happen. You come back to figure out that your brother done clapped your sister. You know, not that your brother done clapped your wife.
Before I continue, because this is a huge distraction for me. What is that travesty on Maguire's head? Okay, back to the movie. Turns out our young officer, Sam, doesn't just have a wife. He also has two daughters. In the next scene, Sam is seen going to pick up his recently freed brother, Tommy, played by Jake Gyllenhaal, from jail. That night, everybody gets together to have dinner at the parents'. Right off the bat, you can tell a few things. Tommy and Dad have never gotten along. Well, Dad's a bit of a jerk.
Oh, I think I seen this clip. When I think his daughter and him got into an argument at the table. I seen the clip, but I didn't see the movie. That's crazy.
And disappointment. Also, Sam and Tommy's mom is dead. Rip in peace. Dad remarried a certain Elsie, but everyone's cool with her. Anyway, it was quite the family dinner with all the obligatory drama, so nothing much to see. A few days pass and Sam is in Afghanistan on his assignment. Good husband that he is, he tries to keep in touch and all of that. But one day while flying on a chopper, there's a crash and everything goes kablooey. But not kablooey. Kablooey in the open-ended way that Hollywood filmmakers like to do things, so that they kill and make alive as they choose. Anyway, the operative word henceforth is that Sam is dead. The officers come to give Grace, his wife, the news.
John Cena.
She cries. The whole works. That night, Tommy sneaks into the house to drop off the vehicle he borrowed from Sam. Instantly, Grace hits him with the news that his brother has passed, and he just goes off and storms off to his father's house. Have I mentioned that the kids are fantastic actors? Especially the one playing the older girl, Izzy. The day of the burial is quite the emotional one, and the girls are giving me everything I want. Emotion, tears, body language, everything. What a couple of professionals. Meanwhile, Hank, father to Sam and Tommy,
I thought that was Green Goblin. Why does everybody in this movie look so familiar?
To be a jerk. Excellent timing. Strangers passing by, everyone already having a hard time. What better time to make scathing remarks? Hank and Tommy argue for a bit while Grace gets handed the letter Sam had hoped she'd never have to read. She also reveals that she doesn't really believe Sam is dead because she can feel it. In the next scene, we're back to Sam. We all believe it was Rip in peace, but in fact he was captured and is being held prisoner by certain men. His brother Tommy,
think about how much of a nightmare that is. How many soldiers in the world are going through this as we speak, brother? It's crazy. It's a nightmare. If I was in the soldier's shoes going through that, bro, like, what will be going in my head? What would be going on inside my head? How is my family feeling right now? You gotta step into Tobey Maguire's shoes real quick. He has a family and a wife and kids. What did my family think of me right now? What's going on at home? That's what I'd be thinking. Meanwhile, brother just going down there saying, yes, well, no at the same time, but I'm about to clap your wife.
Is busy getting drunk and getting others, aka Grace, to pick up his tab. I mean, I don't love that your dad is an insensitive Class A jerk, but dude, when you do things like this, it doesn't exactly help your case. He just looks like he would do that shit, though. Girls appear to have more common sense. At Sam's house the next morning after Tommy's drunken escapade, Hank comes over. As usual, both are charming to each other, but eventually they have a heart-to-heart. Hank even cries. For reals.
Why you
they
crying?
Make a joke about Grace's tardy kitchen, and 100%, the kitchen was this whole thing. So the next day, Tommy gets all these guys to come over to the house and do a remodeling for Grace's kitchen. Of course, without informing the owner of the kitchen. So you can only imagine his shock when Grace wasn't bursting forth with praise and gratitude for his
this shot right here.
You can only imagine his shock when Grace wasn't bursting
forth. This shot right here, you already know. If I had powers like Toby's character, and like I was caught in Afghanistan, but I had the power to see what was going on at home, and I seen this, you already know what time it is. I'm like, oh, I need to get back home right now. My wife's about to open her cheeks to this dude. Let's keep it PG. but you already know what's gonna happen.
With praise and gratitude for his going right over her recently widowed head in her own house.
Why does it do his
Meanwhile, it's been
searching?
2 months now, and Sam and his
Search thing.
partner, Private Joe Willis, are still in captivity. Sam warns Private Willis not to divulge anything about his own family, or Sam's, so they don't begin to use them as a bargaining chip. But then the bad guys use the divide and conquer rule.
Damn.
So they separate both men, and after tickling Private Willis a whole lot, he finally
Wait,
caves
tickle
in.
him?
I thought So they separate both men, and
Is
after
that really a
tickling
thing?
Private Willis a whole lot, he finally came.
Did they tickle him, bro? Is that really a torture method? That would be a fire torture method. Well, I don't approve of torture, but like, if anyone's gonna like ask you where, you know, what your intel, regardless of what they're looking for, tickle him real quick. Tickle his feet.
Separate both men, and after tickling Private Willis a whole lot, he finally
Did they
caves
really
in.
tickle
I thought
him?
military training made you impervious to literally anything, though. Anyway, back at Sam's house, Tommy is being so sweet and all with the kids. It makes Grace soften up about the whole remodeling thing. He even helps them plan a birthday surprise for her.
Is
It's
that-
this entire
bro,
thing, and
why
everyone
does
soften up
everybody
about
look
the whole
so-
remodeling thing. He even helps them plan a birthday.
Tell me for a second that don't look like James Franco in the face a little bit in between the frames. I thought that was James Franco.
Surprise for her. It's this entire thing and everyone is there. Immediately you can tell that this is a setup for something interesting between Grace and Tommy, because there are several moments where both adults exchange cute glances and all. One night, Tommy and Grace are talking at home. You know they're sharing backstories, and
that's
finding that
where
they
it
have quite a
is.
few things in common. Alcohol was also invited to be a part of the conversation, so it was the perfect setup.
Yeah.
Of course, they
Bro, that's why I never drink and I don't approve of drinking anywhere, bro. I don't drink or smoke. Never have I ever. Stop it. Alcohol is not a good idea, bro. I don't see where the fun in that is. People be like, let's have fun. Let's go ahead and drink. How is that fun? Getting Pop-Tart and drink some Kool-Aid. Isn't that cool?
Close. Any need to spell that out at this point? They catch themselves just in time though, and Tommy even cries. But something has definitely
Crying?
shifted
What?
now, however sorry they both feel. While Tommy and Grace are doing cutesy things, Sam and his friend are having the time of their lives with the bad guys. McGuire's acting is brilliant
This
as
dude's
always.
commentary.
His blank Sigma male stare and hardened muteness are actually quite believable. Anyway, back to the movie. The bad guys have handed Sam a pipe and now want him to clap his partner with it. Joe went on and blabbed about everything, so the bad guys say they have no more use for him. At first, Sam
What?
chooses not to clap his partner, but then the bad guys start to threaten him with death, telling him it's either going to be him or his partner.
You, your partner.
Sam eventually caves in and goes sicko mode on his
That's
partner,
bull.
killing him to death until he dies. Permanently. After the incident though, he isn't the same. Dude legit looks clapped on the inside and outside.
Boss,
No one
boss.
does that kind of thing and lives a normal life after. Like clockwork, just after Sam kills his partner, the US troops swoop in to save Sam. Immediately after, Grace receives a call that her husband is alive. It's a miracle. She was right all along. After the call, Grace, the kids, and Tommy drive out to go welcome Sam. Sam still has that insane haircut on his head.
Big
I don't
ass
know how he
cut.
had the time to clean up after his ordeal, but not enough time to change that haircut to
Bro, I
something
would
nice.
never,
Having Sam
after coming back from that situation right there, I would never I don't know what the contract or like term you have to face when being in the military, but after that, here sir, have my badge. If you want to take me in for what's the name? If you want to take me in for going AWOL, then you can, but like I quit. What are you gonna do about it? Square up then, bitch. That's what I thought, bitch. Get back, bitch.
back isn't exactly easy for anyone. Seeing everything Sam saw and then having to do what he did, it kinda does something to you. So even though Sam's home, Tommy is still having to act as dad and stuff. Things couldn't be more tense between Sam and Grace, an experience that Hank said he also had with his wife after he got back from serving his country long ago. One day, while the family is out skating in the snow, Sam asked Tommy a very important question. He wants to know if Tommy and Grace ever clapped, because in his words, they look like two teenagers in love. Tommy can't give a straight answer, which is saying a lot to Sam. Why didn't
Damn.
Tommy
He said, "Don't bullshit me." Hold on. Hey, don't bullshit me. I know you and my girl be doing some things. You had to have. He said, no, bro, touch me. I don't have feelings for your girl. No, you're a bitch ass liar. I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye.
They look like two teenagers in love? Tommy can't give a straight answer, which is saying a lot to Sam.
know you're
Why didn't
bitching.
Tommy just say no? I mean, it's not like they did.
I promise you, bro, I haven't.
They might have feelings for each other now, but at least nothing came of it. Supposedly. Anyway, in the next scene, Private Joe Willis's wife, Casey, and their son, Joe Jr., come over
Joe
to see Sam and
Jr.?
Grace. Casey explains her difficulty controlling her emotions of anger directed at Sam for being alive while her husband
What?
died. She asks Sam if he saw her husband die or heard anything. Of course, Sam says no, although he has this really creepy look in his eye all
Whoa,
the
he
time
killed
they
him,
talk.
didn't he?
Even Even Grace notices and is wondering. Later that night, Sam sneaks out of bed to arrange tumblers and glasses in the kitchen. He has a gun in his hands and seems startled at regular noises. I mean, it's a dog, and Sam is acting like he heard a gunshot or something. Well, PTSD does that to you, I guess. The next day, Sam reports to his superior officer. He wants to go back. Wait, what? So everyone goes through the emotional roller coaster of losing you, burying you, and then getting you back, and then boom, you want to leave again? But then again, it's the trauma speaking, so it's kind of hard to fault him here. The house has no more fun with Sam around. He even seems sort of fused with his family, taking things super seriously, snapping at the kids, and refusing to talk to his wife. Grace eventually opens up to Sam about kissing Tommy, hoping he could get Sam to be open and honest with her about what happened to him, but he only tells her that he thinks she and Tommy are together. Hit it with a clean
old, you already know what time it is. Get back. You said you did what? I wouldn't do that, y'all. Don't worry. I'm not a woman hitter. Stop playing. Get out of my face.
So he walks out on her. Sam apologizes to the kids the next day, but you can tell they're kind of her. Continues to ace this whole emoting thing. Being on the spectrum, I never quite got the hang of it. It's absolutely terrific.
Why are you crying?
It's off to her, really. Shortly after, it's Maggie's birthday and everyone gets together for dinner at the parents'. Tommy comes with a date, I think to prove to Sam that he's not at all interested in Grace. Or maybe he's just a Chad. Izzy's the one that opens the door and she's not impressed. Girl doesn't even hide it. She just opens the door, gives the stinkiest eye ever, and walks away.
Hell yeah.
Tommy is as confused as I am. Like, do you want your uncle and your mom to get together, or what? Because that's kind of the vibe you're giving off here.
Exactly,
so we get to the dinner table and Tommy's date turns out to be the classiest two men ever. Super tactful, spewing talk after talk about Marines and how they are trained to kill, even when it's obvious that these people she's never met before are kinda tensing up because of her topic of choice. She just goes on and on like a battering ram. Meanwhile, Isabel's acting out and it's starting to irritate her dad a lot. When Sam pops her balloon, that's when she goes crazy and spews literal acid in her dad's face. Why couldn't you just stay dead? She says. She also lies and says that mom
as soon as she would have said that on the other side of the table, bro, I would have reached in, full on knuckle, and said, jab. Stay dead. Now you finna die too. I don't care how old you were. You say you turned what today? 10? Oh, I got you. Boom, 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 boom. I'm playing. I don't hit children. Get back.
Uncle and Tommy were clapping all the time.
Damn.
How does she even know about such things? It's a cruel thing to do, but you've got to see things from the child's point of view. Isabel's life was easier with her dad gone, and Uncle Tommy acting as dad. She had gotten used to that. When Sam came back, she was happy to have real dad again, but trauma's making dad act like a jerk, so she wants her old life back. She explains the same to her mom when they get home. Both girls no longer like their dad, and they prefer Uncle Tommy instead. Grace tries to reassure the girls that their dad will get better, but I guess you and I both know no one's buying that. That night, Sam goes crazy, destroying everything in the kitchen, convinced that his wife cheated on him while he was away, especially after clobbering his partner to death on the field. The thought that his wife, whom he was trying to get back home to, could have been with his brother, proved too much for him to handle. When Tommy tried to get him to calm down, things only escalated. Sam pulled out a gun and pointed it at his brother, before pointing it somewhere else. Thankfully, the police stepped in, and together with Tommy were able to keep him from self-deleting.
Tommy, you gotta see me, bro. Tommy, you got to see me right now. There is no way out of this. You did what to my wife? But hit him with the cleanest Mike Tyson. And you know what's coming next. You know what's coming next. Obviously the uppercut. There is no jab in this one. You hit him with the and uppercut him. And goodbye. What's your name, Tommy? Yes. Goodbye. What are you doing with my kids in the house? Banging my chick, bro. Not cool, man. Damn, what is he doing?
After the stun he pulled, Sam has to be institutionalized. On one of her visits, Grace insists on Sam telling her what happened, and that's when he finally opens up. The two share a tearful hug after Sam's confession, and the movie comes to an end with an uncertain future lying ahead of Sam and Grace.
Get off me.
Moral of the story? I missed the part where that's my problem.
Damn, bro. That's insane. Well, if y'all enjoyed that, make sure you know what I'm saying, like, comment, subscribe. I'm trying to play some games for this channel. We're almost at 800 subs, but we're almost at 1,000 too. Let's get to 1,000 by the end of this year, because I believe we can do it. I believe the community I'm building here is gonna be so cool. Bro, I have plans, bro. Merchandise coming out for, like, if I really see the communities bonding this close and it really is really strong, I will release some merch. For sure, for sure. I'm trying to play some games on this channel. I'm trying to do bigger things. But we can do it, y'all. Become king. Oh! I'll see y'all next time. Peace.